I've got 6 content creation hacks or shortcuts, whatever you want to call it, that you're not going to want to miss. My name is Sandy. Welcome to Socially Branded. I'm a social media coach to solopreneurs who were not born with phones in their hands. So if you fit that description and you're trying to navigate social media, this is the place for you. All right, as solopreneurs, we are busy people, and we generally don't like to take shortcuts. We want to figure things out on our own. But believe you me, if you are just starting and you're trying to navigate, you're going to want to know these shortcuts or hacks. So here we go. Number 1, master one platform at a time. So I know it seems like if you're going to be on several platforms that this might take longer. It's not really a shortcut, but honestly it is. And just hear me out. First of all, I know that you see a lot of other business owners on several platforms. They may be on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, Snapchat, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, my competition is everywhere. I need to be there too. No, you don't. Where you need to be is where your audience is. Who is your target market? I know I harp on this all the time, but it's super important to know who that ideal client is. And know them to the core, meaning you need to know where they hang out on social media. If they hang out on Facebook, you need to show up on Facebook. If they hang out on Instagram, same thing. LinkedIn, any platform, whatever it is. What if they don't even show up on social media platforms altogether and they are email people? Show up there. All right. So when it is that you do see all of these business owners spread thin on several platforms, what you're not seeing is the lack of consistency. You're not seeing that the lack of value they might be putting out to their audience, and you're not seeing the overwhelm that they're probably experiencing by being everywhere all at once. So when you're first starting out, my hack is to make sure that you master one platform at a time. Make sure you learn how to navigate it, touch everything, tap everything, click on this, you're not going to break it, figure it out. Master where it is you're going with what you've got in front of you. Master your engagement strategy. Super, super key. You have to make sure that you're engaging and make sure that you're engaging properly for each platform. There's a different best practice for each one. Now, when it is that you feel you've mastered this one platform and you're ready to think about adding a second platform, I want you to take a look at your analytics. Make sure your analytics say the same things that you're thinking, that you are mastering this platform, you are getting the conversions that you want. Here's the other thing you want to think about. If you're successful at this platform, do you really need to even add a second, third, fourth, whatever platform? So make sure that you're analyzing that. All right, we're moving on to hack number 2, and that is to know where to get content ideas. You guys, my favorite place to get content ideas is in my conversations. Now, if it is that you converse with many people on a regular basis, you're going to agree with me that conversations birth amazing content ideas. So when you're having that conversation with someone at a networking meeting or at a wedding or with your ideal client, look for the topics, look for the questions and the quotes and the struggles, the opinions. They will all produce such great content for you. Tip is to make sure that it is that you are giving your audience, your target market, what they want to hear, not so much what you want to say. There's a fine line between those two things. All right, moving on to tip number 3, hack number 3, shortcut number 3, is to create and keep a schedule. Now, keeping a schedule is generally an important piece of owning a business. It's an important discipline of owning a business. You really do need to keep a schedule. You need to keep your appointments. You have to develop the skill to even do that. Not even the skill, but the discipline. You have to be determined to do this. I see a lot of business owners who, they want their flexibility, but then they're not able to keep the schedule, and then that produces kind of a little bit of a bad name for them. So I want you to be able to create and keep a schedule so that you are productive. And on that schedule, I want you to make sure that you write down that you're going to have marketing time with yourself, one time each week. All right? Dedicate that time. It is only the time for your marketing time. All right? And so create and keep the schedule and schedule out your content day. That's what I call it. And moving on to shortcut number 4, you're going to batch your content. That's the hack here, making sure that you're batching your content. So now you just set up your schedule, and on your schedule you have content day. On content day, you're going to batch that content. What that means is you're going to create all of your content all at once. You are going to set aside about 4 hours in the beginning to do this. Obviously, if you've only got 1 or 2 platforms, it's going to take you a little bit less. But in the beginning, you might need all of that time to create your content, to create your videos, your graphics, your copy, your hashtags, all of it, you guys. I'm telling you, all of it. Set aside the time on your schedule to batch your content. Now, hack number 5, we're on 5, right? Number 5, yes, is to repurpose your content. While it is that you are batching your content, what I really want you to think about is creating one pillar piece of content that you can chop up into little chunks and place everywhere else. So basically, you'll have a theme for the week, one pillar piece of content, and you'll be able to break it up into bite-sized pieces to place on other platforms or in your email marketing, your blog, your website, articles, all of that good stuff. So that is hack number 5. And finally, we got to hack number 6. Hack number 6 is to schedule your content. So what that means is you're going to have, your content day, and on that day, a little hair, on that day, you will have batch created all of your content. So now what you want to do to save time is to be able to schedule it. This does take a scheduler. Sometimes it's a third-party app. Sometimes if you're just on Facebook or Instagram, Facebook has made it a no-brainer and given us a scheduler and create Facebook Creator Studio. And that will help us to natively schedule our Facebook and Instagram posts. Like I said, you might need a third-party app depending on other platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, your email marketing, whatever it is. But if you can schedule your content, it's going to save you so much time. There you have it, 6 shortcuts or hacks for content creation. If you need clarity for anything that I've just shared, please connect with me. The link is below. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and until next week, be social.